and welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Alicia J, and this is the Sunday Reset Podcast where we talk about faith and self-care every single week. I see you're growing and you're glowing, and I do love this look on you, but today we're going to be talking about something that affects every part of your life, your relationship with yourself, okay? We hear a lot about self-care, self-love, and romanticizing your life. But what does that really mean to have a healthy relationship with yourself? Because let's be real, if you're always putting yourself last, people-pleasing or doubting yourself or your abilities, it shows up in everything. Your relationships, your career, and even your finances. And that's why today we're diving right into Mark 12:31, and it simply says, love your neighbors as yourself. That verse assumes that you already love yourself. But do you? Yeah, let's talk about it. First, let's talk about why your relationship with yourself shapes everything. So, have you ever noticed that whenever you're feeling really, really good about yourself, life just flows differently? You make better choices and you set stronger boundaries and you attract healthier relationships overall. It's almost like you have a little sample of what true peace is. But when you're struggling with your self-worth, that's when you settle, overextend, stress, and let people treat you any type of which way, okay? But we're in a time where social media glorifies the hustle culture and soft life at the same time. So which one is it? The truth is that none of it matters if you don't have a solid relationship with yourself. Because when you love you, you make decisions that actually align with your well-being. So I want you to ask yourself a few questions. How do I speak to myself when no one is around? Would I treat my friend the same way I treat myself? And am I showing myself the same amount of love that I pour into others? If the answer is no, or sometimes, you have some work to do. So let's talk about the self-love that you've been missing. So again, in Mark 12:31, it says, love your neighbor as yourself. But that verse isn't about kindness to others. It's a reminder that the way you love your other people in your life should match the way that you love yourself, right? But society teaches us the opposite, especially as women. We're taught to be nurturing, to pour into others, to be selfless. All the while, generosity is very beautiful. It really is. But it becomes a problem when it leaves you empty. So here's the truth. Self-love isn't selfless. It is biblical. If you don't love yourself, how will you recognize when someone else is loving you wrong? How will you set boundaries? How will you protect yourself and to protect your peace? Loving yourself isn't just about bubble baths and solo dates, okay? It isn't about, having a wine date with yourself. It's about choosing you even when it gets hard. So, this next piece we're going to talk about is how you can break free from your self-doubt and overgiving. So, really, we don't really honestly realize how much we really neglect ourselves. We say yes, even when we want to say no. We overthink every decision. We pour into others, leaving nothing for ourselves. So here are some ways to kind of avoid that and start building healthier relationships with yourselves. So one, talk to yourself like you would a friend. If you wouldn't say it to your bestie, really don't say it to yourself, that inner voice truly matters. Setting boundaries without guilt. You don't owe anyone access to you 24/7. It's okay to say no without an explanation, okay? Prioritize your own needs daily, whether it's rest, movement, a quick moment of silence. Make yourself a priority and not an afterthought. So let's do a quick recap. If you are not loving yourself the way that you deserve, try to think about one way that you can prioritize your relationship with yourself this week. If you need any help with regards to how to set boundaries, I did a whole guide on YouTube. I'll link it in the description down below. It is a long, extensive guide, but it does have some great tips, and you can definitely use that to motivate yourself to set those boundaries moving forward. If you have any new ideas or anything that you want me to talk about, don't be afraid to DM me on Instagram at the Sunday Reset POD. But yeah, I mean, that's really it. Loving yourself is really a art. It's a skill. But it's really honestly a necessity. At the end of the day, you need to be able to love yourself, so that you can properly love other people and you can have other people properly love you. You'll be ready to receive it too. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for my episode this week. If you liked it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with a friend or two. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye.